I'm always enjoying touring and playing many concerts for different reasons. I mean, the artistic reason is great. I'm playing a concert almost every second day. It gives you a chance to experiment, to change something, to improve. And as an artist, you see how many things have influence on you as a performer. Sometimes different venue provokes you to do different things. So it's a constant evolution for me as an artist. Another level is this social level. You hang out with great friends. You have a chance to talk to them after maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years and see what changed in their lives. And also to see many beautiful places, beautiful cities, to meet new friends, people they enjoy art, music, classical guitar. I really enjoy it. And of course, and also the very beautiful thing is you don't have the worries of the normal day, like paying bills, you know, taxes, all this stuff. It comes later, so it's really nice.
More enjoyable than keeping a day job and having to go to an office or anything.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
You know, I wake up, I have to find a place to have coffee, then I have the whole day to practice. Evening concert, maybe next day I have some meeting with the local students at the university. It's just everything very enjoyable, very enjoyable. You know, I'm the person that doesn't separate the work from the private life or free time. You know, my work is my life, it's me. So 24 hours a day I'm a musician, and probably I mentioned something about going back to the hotel after the concert, after the dinner, because actually this is the time that you have a very strong thoughts about this, what happened during the concert, and of course with some things you are very happy with, and other things you would like to change. So this is the time that you just think about what went perfect, what didn't went well. And so imagine next day or in 2 days you have a chance to check it, to try it, to change it. It's just beautiful. It's a good question. Sometimes I'm thinking about this. Like I'm thinking about my childhood, what I did with my friends, how did we, you know, spend the free time, what did we play, and how did it influence my my personality, right? And maybe it's a kind of funny example, but I remember when I moved to Basel, studied with Oscar Dylla, and I was just on the way to the university. I was passing by the kindergarten, and I saw all the kids playing with beautiful toys, and they had a very safe place to play. And then I thought about my childhood, you know, playing with my friends in a you know, like construction fields, you know, like creating our our games. It was crazy, actually. You know, nowadays you don't see it anymore, but that time it was something normal for us. Or playing in a bunkers after the Second World War. You know, it was like not far away from the place when I grew up. We still had this architecture, military architecture from the Second War. It was our free time, or building some boats and trying to swim on it in small lakes. It was everything very wild and crazy. And so comparing to this city kindergartens, yeah, this is a good question actually. I don't know. For sure we had much more creativity at that time. Of course, it would be crazy to recommend this to to the parents nowadays. Let your kids do the crazy things, because they were very risky. But it's a good question actually. And of course, growing up with this society that appreciates so much Chopin and this romantic Polish soul, it was also a big thing. Another good aspect of my education is that I was in a music school from the very beginning. So we had the normal subjects, but also music subjects on the mixed together. So all of my colleagues, they did the music as well, and they were all great. So we motivated each other, and so I was growing up in this understanding that everyone is playing music and everyone is trying to do his the best, and it was great motivation for sure. So maybe the answer is kind of, you know,
Yeah.
crazy, but I don't know. Just when I perform, I'm listening to myself, and I just I try to control if everything makes sense, right? But I realize that the young players are a little bit more expressive usually. The older players are becoming less expressive with everybody, but more expressive with the music.
Yeah.
Something amazing about this. So it looks like the young people, the young players, they want to convince the audience that they deserve to be an artist, and they try to be too expressive sometimes. So in my opinion, when I saw one of my earliest video recordings, I was kind of disappointed with my gesture. I thought they are too extreme. So then I started to think about this. Is it necessary? I mean, what's necessary, what's not? Of course, there are some players, they don't even move. This is also bad, right? Because to have a right timing, to have a nice feeling, to have a nice tempo, you need the upbeat, you need a gesture. You know, without this, everything is kind of fake and in wrong timing, completely wrong timing. Each time I'm teaching some students, they are very stiff. First I try to describe how they should do a rubato, or how they should play the nice accelerando. And intellectually they understand this, but the way they play it is always kind of strange. But at the moment I ask them to involve all the muscles and the gestures. Of course, at the beginning they're always shy and they don't want to do this, but at the moment it comes naturally. You have to find your own balance, right? Because sometimes the big gestures and the huge excitement on the stage is taking you away from the precision and from just delivering this expression to the music, because your body consumes like maybe 50% of the energy, and this is what I really appreciate in older masters like Rubinstein, Starker, and all the great names, that they were able to accumulate the emotions, the tension, the energy in the fingertips. So you could feel a kind of maybe tension on the face, but then all the muscles were working to create certain emotions. And I think when you understand this and you can do it with your body on the right path, and you will be able to really express yourself through the notes, through music. Yeah. I love to listen to the concerts played by mature artists. I mean, like over 60 or 70 years old, and somehow you have this feeling that in their music is the whole life experience. It's like listen to the stories from your grandfather, right? As a child, it was the highlight of any family meetings in my parents' house, because I was so impressed with what he knows, what he experiences in his life, and I think it's the same with music. If there is a mature person, matured also through the life, you can hear it in the music. I think so. I don't even bother myself with doing such a list, you know, because I don't like so much statistics, you know, like favorite meal, favorite car, you know, favorite city. Oh gosh, you know, like it's just too. It's just not necessary to do this. You know, I see how I change, and like one day I may really appreciate one composer, another day another one. Recently in the past years I played this beautiful piece by Nicolas Moe, Music of Memory. It was like 25 minutes long story, beautiful, energetic, different inside piece, gorgeous. On this tour I started to perform a piece called Mano a Mano by Magnus Lindberg, and it's another masterpiece for the guitar. People enjoy it even though it's a modern language. So it's really beautiful. Of course, the Spanish music, you mentioned Rodrigo. Spanish music sounds always great on classical guitar. It's a beautiful one. Takemitsu, Tansman, Ponce. I love Ponce.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me crazy if someone asks me to give, you know, the points to create kind of ranking. I would really hate to give to the people what they have to like. You know, like for me, and then. If someone just likes Rodrigo because I mentioned Rodrigo, or if someone likes Lindberg because I mentioned Lindberg, it doesn't make me happy, and I think this guy is completely wrong. Because this, what's important for me is that I see someone who is thinking, who understands that he's on some level, and he knows that he will change through his life. So what you like, what you don't like, it must be always very honest, very personal, and please let yourself to develop, you know, let yourself to change, because if you just stick to an idea for the whole life, this makes, you know, this is this mentality that makes this world so bad, you know, those crazy orthodox people, you know, like very, very strong with the thoughts. I remember once one professor, I consider him as a very great guy, he said that someone who says yes and no is right. Someone who says maybe, I think so, I believe, is wrong. You should not trust him. I think it's completely opposite. If someone says yes or not, it means he's stupid. Because he, you know, in many aspects of our life, if you are clever enough and intelligent enough, you will not allow yourself to do this. But with knowing all what's going on, you rather say maybe, or I think so, or I believe that that's what's going to happen, because you still know that there are so many aspects of, so many aspects that may change your point of view. That it's crazy. And it's the same with the students. You know, each time I provoke them to think, I provoke them to decide for themselves, they are kind of lost. But if I tell them, you have to do this practice, this exercise 20 minutes a day in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening, they are happy. Because they don't have to think, they go home and they just do the, you know, like we all would like to be free and independent, but at the end it looks like we prefer to be slaves and to have a boss who is telling us what to do.
Well, that's the easy way out.
That's the easy way, right.
Yeah.
It definitely is, because of, you know, freedom and taking responsibility for yourself, it's very, very challenging. Yeah. Well, I see it very often on TV also. There is this meeting with a show with politicians, right? And the guy who has the show, he wants to be very, you know, very clever and strict, and saying, and now is the time for questions, and you are allowed to answer also only yes or no, right? And then he gives he asks the questions that are actually impossible to say yes or no, right?
Yeah.
So because if you say yes, it's crazy. If you say no, it's stupid, right? So. I have no idea, but I'm sure I would do it good. I can see perfection and artistry in every job, in every profession. Whatever you do, you can just turn it into the perfection, into the almost art. So I give you an example. when I was a teenager, I was waiting for my parents coming out from they were visiting a museum in a city, and I was just in the lobby. I was waiting for them, and I watched the coatman who's taking the jackets, the coats from the people were coming to the museum, and this guy did this with such a grace and elegance and, I don't know, 19th century charm that the people that came from the street, they were like, very fast, very much in a hurry, like busy, and at the moment they gave him the coat, and they realized this magic way of how you say this,
unburdening them, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So the guy, because of his approach to his profession, he just changed them completely in 1 second, and then from this moment they were like in a different world. And I was watching this person doing his job, and I said, okay, I want to do this job. It's just fantastic, So, and then you go to the supermarket to buy something. You ask the question, and the answer is, you ask, what's the difference between this TV and this TV? And the guy says, oh yeah, this one is a silver and costs 2,045, and this one is black and costs 3,000, right? And maybe another person who just explain you extremely what's important for you when you are choosing the TV, the distance between you're gonna see it, the colors, what you like, what reason you're gonna choose it, and then you see, okay, thank you, I really appreciate your knowledge, and it makes a difference, right? I don't want to even mention the restaurants and